this even plugged in? I think it is. Hello, everyone. I'm Blake Childress, and I'm that one filmmaker. And welcome to a new thing I'm trying out. It's called Up Late with That One Filmmaker. Basically, I'm just going to talk about stuff I've done and watched today. I might do this as like a weekly. I don't know if this is like a podcast thing, but I'm kind of, winging it, just doing shit. Well, I guess I could just talk about the shit I've done. I got a job recently. I got a job at fucking Whataburger. It's not that bad. They actually got me on the fries. So if you want to know any secrets about Whataburger and the food they make, I've got you. But I mean, like, most of my viewers are probably in Texas. So, I mean, you guys probably know about Whataburger. Welcome to the show, Kiss Fanatic. I don't really know what to do with this. I am pretty much just going to record late live streams and just talk about any bullshit I've done. Guess this is the closest I'll get to the lifestyle shit that some of those people do. This is a pie I ordered from Popeyes a little while ago. I'm going to try to eat this. Hold up. There's cinnamon sugar all over this fucking thing, and I don't want to, like, get it everywhere. Oh. Well, Kiss Fanatic, I'm doing pretty good. I just got done building this, well, it's not done, but I got pretty much almost done with a Lego set, done with my friend Trent. It's the new Lego NES set that they made. We got like the actual NES made. The only thing that we need to do now is make the TV set that comes with it. What? Yeah. All things considered, I'm doing pretty good. My parents are downstairs with their friends eating pizza. I just finished writing a script for a new video. It's going to be about The Office because I recently, for the first time, decided to sit down and watch that whole show. And I had a pretty good time, but I feel like if I'm going to watch a whole, fucking show, I might as well make a video about it. That video is going to be split into, two parts. It's going to be, part one, I'm going to talk about The Office when it was good. Then part two is I'm going to talk about the last two seasons and why they sucked. But, I guess I could talk about, I need to still decide what to do with the show. I shouldn't even call this episode 1 because I still don't know what I'm doing. But I guess what I should do is just talk about the shit I've done today. I hung out with Trent mostly today. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Ate food and shit. And then we went to Target. And I got the greatest fucking toy ever. See, I'm not like a person where I save my money and I use it for college or anything. I waste my money on stupid bullshit. Oh wait, it's not here. Hold up. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna die, bro. This is bolt action. I think if you shot a deer with this, it probably wouldn't live. Probably. It's bolt action. It's got the 2 fucking sticks. Back. It's fucking pie, bro. Let me show you how this works. So, basically, just like Fortnite, it is exactly like a real gun. So, first question. Why the fuck did Nerf decide to do a collaboration with Fortnite? But, okay, I'll show you how this works. So, basically, Here's your clip. It's got 6 bullets in it, 6 Nerf bullets. And how an actual gun works is you pull it back and then you go forward and then boom. That's how it basically works. Pull it back and put a clip in it. There we go. Then you pull it forward. Now there's a scope on here. You don't really need that. You could just use iron sights, but I play COD too much, dude. But there really is no iron sights. It's literally just a black strip of nothing. It's like an attachment slider. So you just put the scope on, and there is nothing in here. It's literally just like you can look in there. It's just plastic. So I can be like, hey, fuck you, man. That's how Nerf works. You shoot your bullets. This is like, if I ever did like a Nerf war or whatever. I mean, I know I'm not a child, but Trent was telling me, yo, bro, we should do a Nerf war since you bought all these Fortnite guns. This would be like one of the most overpowered things because you can shoot this thing really fucking fast if you're good about it. Like you can go like, and it has like this fast. Oh shit! Oh, I thought it froze. Yeah, I think it froze for a second. It has a fast rate of fire. I mean, it's not as fast as the fucking assault rifle thing, but you know, you get the idea. Now comes the fun part of picking up bullets. It's like a parent at a son's birthday party. It's like, well, I gotta pick up all the fucking bullets. Man, it would be really cool if this could be like a talk show. And like if YouTube had like a function. Holy shit, the bullet sprung out. If there was a function to where you could have people come on and, you know, talk about shit. That would be great if I could literally make like a late night talk show for YouTube. But as of right now, I got no clue how to make it like that. Apart from maybe messing around with OBS or something. How many bullets is this? Like, okay, that's 5. I don't. Yeah, I'll find the last one later. Oh, wait, no, here it is. That's all the bullets. Yeah, I got this Fortnite sniper rifle motherfucking thing. Kind of stupid, but I figured I might as well get the whole collection of fucking Fortnite guns. Like, the main reason I bought these things was I had the idea of, like, at some point I'll make a video where I need, like, a gun. But I don't want to get, like, an airsoft gun because that just sounds stupid. Like, I think it'd be much funnier if I had, like, a Fortnite gun where it looks obviously fake. But, I mean, I haven't had to make a video where I need a gun. Most of my scripts don't even really require that. Review of the apple pie, because why not? Popeye's apple pie ain't that bad. It tastes like apples and has, like, weird fucking gelatin in it. It's basically just apple jello with a fried pie exterior. So, you know, it's pretty good. I'd give it a 2 out of 5. Not as good as Whataburger. That's the one thing. Like, usually when you work at a fast food place, you're going to be like, oh my god, it's so fucking gross, dude. Like, I mean, like, you expose all their secrets. Like, McDonald's nuggets are actually made out of human feces. But, like, I mean, it's Whataburger. I mean, it's the usual things you'd expect at a fast food place. You know, your frozen shit, and, you know, we're all really clean about how we handle ourselves. We have to wash our hands a lot, and we clean a lot of our stuff with peroxide because, you know, we're trying to be safe in this whole COVID times. But, I mean, like, even then, like, it's not like, oh, I don't want to eat a Whataburger anymore. Like, it's still pretty good. I mean, and, like, hell, the employee discount they give me for working there is, like, pretty good. Like, it's almost like 50% off for a whole fucking meal. Then, the people watching, do you guys have Whataburgers? From what I can tell, Whataburger is pretty much just In-N-Out, except it's in, like, the South. There is some In-N-Outs here in Texas. I think there's, like, one being built really close to me. But like I've tasted both an In-N-Out and a Whataburger, and they're literally just the same thing, except like I don't know, Whataburger's got more like Texas branding associated with it. What else could I talk about? Well, I guess I could talk more about The Office and the video I'm making. Well, yeah, like I said, part one's going to be a review of like season 1 through 7 of The Office. And while I'm not saying like season 1 or season 7 were perfect, because really like the best years of The Office were like season 2 through like season 5. But like I'm just wanting to be like easier with like organization. So it's like season 1 from 7, which is like the Steve Carell years of that show. I'd call those like the good years. And season 8 and 9, the last 2 seasons, I'll make a part 2 review talking about why those 2 seasons don't work. And if you're worried, I'm not going to make the argument of just like, oh, the show sucks just because Steve Carell's not in it. Like, that's a bullshit argument. I mean, that is a point that I'm going to make, but it's not just because Steve Carell's not in it. Like, there's a bunch of writing mistakes with season 8 and 9. There's also just a lot of stupid bullshit that happens with it. And hell, I think those are bigger problems than just Steve Carell not being a part of the show. That's like the problem I really don't care that much about, to be honest. That's one thing I guess I could talk about. Like, when it comes to TV and movies, it's really hard to decide which one I prefer, to be honest. Like, here's the thing. Movies I like most of the time because it's a self-contained storyline that you don't have to spend that much time with. So it's like, okay, here's a movie. It's 2 hours long, and there's like, if there's no sequels, that's it from it. You know, you don't have to watch anything related to it ever again. I mean, yeah, you got, you know, you can rewatch it and shit, but I mean, it's the storyline that doesn't continue or anything, and it's just like I said, like 2 hours. But when it comes to like TV, I mean, TV. Like when I see a show that a person says, Blake, you should really watch it. It's really great. Like people say, hey, Blake, you should watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, look, Game of Thrones is like, I don't know. Last time I checked, like I think it got to like 8 or 9 seasons. It's like 8 or 9 seasons of like 30-minute episodes. And at the end of the day, I'm not even really that interested in the show to begin with. Like, it's hard because when you look at it objectively, TV shows are longer than movies. I mean, hell, some episodes of TV are just as long as movies, especially with these like series finales. They usually just make like a movie, which I mean, like Jesus, dude. That's my main problem with TV is it's hard to commit to like I'm going to watch it because in order to watch The Office, it took me about like 2 to 3 weeks to watch the entire show. And it's like the only reason I even watched The Office was just because I was wanting to hang out with my brother. And he started from season 1. He was like, oh, hey, do you watch The Office with me? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, I didn't even really want to do it in the first place. But I just decided to keep going since I was like, well, I got this far. I might as well. But I mean, I do like some TV shows. There are some like that I think are actually really good. For example, I really like the HBO show Barry, which Trent showed me. Barry just got done with its like second season a couple of months ago, and Barry is fucking awesome. I love Barry so much. Like one of my most anticipated things in the coming, it might come out 2021 to be honest because of COVID, but one of my most anticipated things is Barry season 3. Just because Barry is like the premise of the show is just like really funny, but it's also a really dramatic story that I care about. Like basically just the basic gist is an assassin, like hitman, has to go to Los Angeles to kill a guy. And then he figures out that the guy he has to kill is actually an actor, and he starts to enjoy being in acting school. And eventually he wants to try and abandon being a hitman, and he wants to instead become an actor. And in doing that, there's a lot of problems with the police trying to catch him, and he has to like kill a bunch of people to make sure that his secret of being a hitman doesn't come out to his actor friends. And honestly, that's one of the most entertaining things is seeing him try to cover up his, hitman job. And like he constantly says, like, I'm not gonna kill again. I'm not gonna kill again. Next thing you know, in an episode, you see him fucking action movie it, and it's like a house of like 30 people, and he murders every single person just to kill. There are a lot of action set pieces, especially in season 2, that are just fucking amazing. And there's like one episode where it's mostly all in like one or two settings. I mean, it's not like a bottle episode, but like it's almost all the shots are all in one take, and it's just focusing on killing 2 people. And oh man, the funny thing is like they don't even kill the second person. It takes them a whole ass episode just to kill one guy. That's because he's like a karate master. And oh my god, dude, Barry is a really good show. That's what I'd recommend for you guys to watch. If you have HBO, go on it and watch it. It deserves a lot more love and attention than it gets. What are some other TV shows I like? One thing I was wanting to do for my channel, just because I know a lot of people love it, I wanted to try and do an anime review show, because here's the thing. I don't really like anime that much. It's one of those things that I just kind of, I'm just not really that into it. So, I mean, like, the problem with doing an anime review show is I don't really have a very, like, reformed opinion of it. Or, I guess, informed opinion, just because, like I said, anime is just something that I don't really care about. But, I mean, I know a lot of people love anime, and I'm glad to, to see that people love this kind of stuff. But I'm just, like, if you say, Blake, if you watch the newest season of, fucking SpongeBob, I don't know, like, really any fucking anime, I just say no. I've never watched the show at all. Like, at one point, I decided to sit down and watch a few animes. At one point, someone tried to get me to watch that anime called Black Butler, which that was really weird. I wouldn't call it bad. It was just like, it's just not my thing. I watched a little bit of Death Note, because at one point I was going to make a video of talking about the anime versus that shitty movie they made on Netflix. But the problem was I never watched the movie on Netflix, and I watched a few episodes of the anime, and I was like, okay, this is good. Like, that's the only anime with like humans that I've watched where I'm like, I could get into this. But just like when I talked about TV, it's just something that I can't get, like, there's a lot of time to delve into that show. Like, I think every episode is like 30 minutes, and there's like 40 episodes. There's like, it's not multiple seasons. They just have like 40 episodes in one long season. And I'm like, dude, I have to spend so fucking long watching it that I just decided not to. I might watch it, because the first couple of episodes were really interesting, especially when they made like I'm not going to spoil it, because I mean, you probably haven't seen it, but when they would reveal shit, I'd be like, whoa, I have watched some anime, but like most of them are, they didn't really involve humans, because the thing with anime is whenever I see like an anime character that's like a Japanese person, it just looks weird. Big ass eyes, and like just the way that they look and the way they make emotions. Like, I know it's strictly what anime is, right? Like, that's the style, and that's the thing that every single anime artist follows. But I'm just not really that into it. But when I see like animals do it in these shows, like what's that fucking show? Hold up, let me look it up. It was on Netflix, and I remember people basically just called it like Zootopia, but for like teenagers or something. Fuck, I can't remember the name. Let me just look up anime on Netflix. Holy shit, there's a lot. Why is it only like putting up like only two things are popping up, and the rest are fucking blank? It's like Naruto and what is that? Hunter X. That's just upside down. There's that Castlevania show that I remember Blaine said is pretty good. Where is it? Bleach? Is that a Netflix movie? Yeah, that's a fucking Netflix live adaptation. dude, where the hell is it? Love, Death, and Robots is an anime. Oh, well, yeah, there was a couple of episodes on that were actually an anime. Fuck. What was it? I'm literally pissed off so much that I can't fucking figure out what the name was. Animal Netflix anime. Rabbit Town, what the hell? That's what it was called. Beastars. I watched that show on Netflix when it came out. I also watched the show Agretsuko. And those shows are fine with me. Like, Beastars was fucking weird. Like, in the beginning, it was, like, fairly normal. But, like, as the show went on, it just got so fucking nuts. Especially when, like, the main guy, what was his name, Lugosi or something? He, like, had to, like, infiltrate a fucking, like, gang to save somebody. It was like, holy shit. It's just, like, a normal teenage dude. I was originally going to make like a video talking about Beastars and Agretsuko, but then I just kind of realized I really didn't have much footage to use apart from just trailers, and I really don't have much to say apart from just like, they're interesting. You should go watch them, I guess. And I mean, like, the whole description of Beastars being like I wouldn't say a more adult. I'd say just more like oriented for like older teens, like version of Zootopia, because it still had that basic idea of predator versus prey, you know, that whole race thing with the animal thing that a lot of writers like to use, except it was just more, there was more blood, there was more swearing. Okay, so yeah, it is the fucking adult version of Zootopia. And then Agretsuko, that's a show made by the people that made that what's it called, Hello Kitty shit, Sanrio. That show is actually not that bad. I actually like Agretsuko, mainly just because, just like with Beastars, on occasion it just gets really bizarre with the shit that happens, and I don't know, some of the characters are just kind of likable, I guess. I guess that's the thing I like when anime does, is when it gets to the point where it doesn't get way too fucking bizarre. It's grounded, but it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it kind of branches out a little bit and has a lot of, you know, interesting stuff that happens. Like, anime at the end of the day is a fucking cartoon, so like I like it when things that are animated like to use their animation in a creative way. What else could I talk about? Yo, you know, why don't I just talk about Zootopia, since I was just talking about that for a while. Zootopia is a very interesting movie. I remember I had a friend that was really into writing fan fiction for that, which, I mean, that's pretty cool, to be honest, I guess. But yeah, Zootopia wasn't that bad. The funniest thing that I remember about Zootopia was I found this like article where the people that made it, or like they directed it, said this thing where they're like, look, if a person wants to make porn of our characters that we have, that's completely fine. We're fine with that. We don't care. I was like, dude, these are people that work for Disney, and they're just admitting to everyone on the internet, look, if you want to make porn of Judy Hopps, Nick Wilde, sure, go fucking right ahead. I don't care. That's why, like, if you go on the internet, you're going to find anything. That's the one thing to know. Rule 34 is the most interesting, just cesspit of shit. Like, if you've ever gone on that website, it is fucking hilarious how you can find just about anything on Rule 34. I found a video where a guy was like, how bizarre of a character can we get to find porn? Like, at one point, he used, what if we got, like, the Pringles guy off the Pringles can, and apparently somebody's made porn of him. It's like, holy shit. Really, I mean, it is kind of true. If it exists, there's probably porn made of it. You know, people are really into anything. Thing I could talk about. The reason I wanted to make an anime review show was because of one anime I watched that was just pretty bad. It was called, I'll have to look it up. again, it was no doubt one of like I don't like anime. I already said that, but out of the animes I have seen, it is the worst. Um, called what the hell? It is a soft core. Oh shit! Your connection is unstable. Okay, hopefully the stream is not messed up. Good because they're. But yeah. But back to talking about the anime. Why the hell are you here, teacher? I don't know how I found it, but I was on Instagram and I found an ad for it, and it was like, go on the Crunchyroll and find why the hell are you here, teacher? A new anime, and I was like, vague curiosity got the best of me. I was like, okay, I'll watch it, and basically the show is a soft core, but yeah, I mean, I think the age of consent in Japan is 16. The one person that's in here is the stream messed up because I'm hoping that it isn't. I think it's just the internet here is really bad at like streaming live shit. So I'm hoping it's not that bad. But yeah, I mean, it has like the age of consent in Japan is 16 years old. So I'm under the assumption that I think what happens in the show is fine. Like, I don't know. Like, there's moments where characters would say, like, what I'm doing could get my teacher in trouble. They could get fired. And, like, I don't know. It's like, why would a teacher want to get in a sexual situation with a student? Like, most of the time, it's a student that wants to get with a teacher, and the teacher has to, like, say, look, this could ruin my career. I don't want to do that shit. Usually it's the teacher that declines it, but no, it's the students that are declining the teachers. Like, the teachers are advancing on the students. Because basically, what I haven't even explained is how the show would, like, how it was organized. Basically, every episode was pretty small, but it was always just a student getting into a sexual situation with a teacher. So it's like, this student and this teacher are in a bathroom, and this, like, the first thing that happens is the fucking student falls right into the crotch of the teacher. It's like, and they just do that formula over and over again. Like, this time they're lost in a cave in a hiking trip. This time they're lost in Hawaii. This time they're lost in a laundromat. Like, it just did the same thing over and over again. And I don't know, it just kind of got boring after a while. And I mean, yeah, just still the biggest thing was no doubt just like, why are these teachers wanting to get with their students? And at the end, I guess they become of age and they graduate, I guess, high school. And the teachers are just like throw themselves on them and say, I love you so much. And then they all get together and they all go like eat at like a picnic in a forest of Japanese blossoms or something. And it's just like, yay, that's so fun. I don't know. It's just the show is just kind of weird. But the main reason I wanted to talk about it was I was curious. So I was like, usually anime is based off a manga. It's an anime, like animated thing, like adaptation of a manga. So I was like, okay, wait, is there a manga for Why the Hell Are You Here, Teacher? And there is. And what I saw was the most fucked up thing I had ever seen, like, in the almost 3 years of doing this channel. In that I've paid attention to this kind of shit. Basically what happened was I found the manga, and various things from the anime are in the manga, but there are a few things that were like original to the manga, where I just think that the anime just said, we don't want to adapt that, which makes sense, because one of the things that they refused to adapt was, and I'm not kidding, basically it was about one of the teachers and one of the students. I don't know how they got into the situation, but they got to a lake, and the teacher was fully naked, just flat out, just naked. And the student was like, dude, if there's like students in the lake, and he's like, if the students find the teacher naked with me, well, then they're going to report it, and she's going to get in trouble. So to somehow get her away from the lake. So he tries to like grab her and get her away, but eventually the students come over and are like, "Yo, bro, what is that? Who is that? Who's that chick you're banging?" His first response is literally, "It's a sex doll." And your connection is unstable. Dude, I fucking hate my internet so much. Should I just wait for it to not be unstable before I continue? I really wish, okay, it's not unstable, hopefully. But the students was like, "Yo, can I use it?" And I remember when I read that, I was like, oh my God. Because the students then proceeded to basically rape her. They just raped the teacher. And the most fucked up thing was that the teacher just had to accept it. And I was like, oh my God, that is the most fucked up shit I've ever seen. And I mean, it's not gory or anything, but it's just a concept, especially now in 2020 when that shit wouldn't even be accepted on any level. There's a lot of just stuff from Japan that are just very weird. I remember I watched this one thing where I think it was trying to be a PSA about students getting in relationship with teachers and pedophilia and how it's a problem in Japan. And it was it wasn't an anime. It was an actual short film that a person made. And man, no, but you want to know the messed up thing? Hold up. Okay, Google. What is the lowest age of consent in the world?
Here's a summary from WikiHow.
Nigeria has the lowest age of consent at age 11. At age 11, you can have sex with an adult and it's completely fine. That is the fucking weirdest shit I've ever heard of. I mean, throughout Africa, most of it is either 13. Wait, no, that's South America. In South America, it's 13, 15, 16. It's just in Nigeria, it's at 11. Fucking 11? Oh my God. How did I go from talking about movies and TV to talking about that's why I'm not sure about doing this anime review thing, because I really could just talk about it on this show idea. The only problem with this idea of doing a late night talk show or podcast live stream thing is that my internet is just unstable all the time. So on occasion, it's just going to buffer and freeze. That's just because my internet sucks. Actually, just to help it out, I think I might turn off my phone's use of the Wi-Fi, because that's probably making it worse. Because I think the people downstairs are using it. That's why it's slow. Oh, what's a video about was singing some shit. Because that's one thing a lot of you probably don't know about me. I think I sung in one video where I decided to be I don't know. I think I just sung randomly for an intro of a video. It was one of my video essays, I remember. But I was wanting to sing some just stupid shit. One thing that I really wanted to sing is the Halo theme song. Actually, let me do it right now. Not that much in my face. Actually, no, this is fine. This is the Halo theme song. And then there's the next couple parts where it's it's a different arranged version of that, but I'll learn that part at some point. Yeah, that was the Halo theme song. I hope you like that. I remember like Blaine was like, dude, you do that pretty good. Oh fuck. I found this. Here's a drawing of the characters that Blaine made on his animated short that he made, Jeff and Timmy. That's one thing that I really hope Blaine continues in the future. I don't know if he's that interested in making movies and shit anymore, but this is one thing that he made that I actually thought was like really, really good. And like if we were to make any like adult animated cartoons, I'd probably want to continue this Jeff and Timmy stuff. I'd want to provide a voice or two. Maybe be a producer or something. Now that's one thing I could talk about. Like, I guess like plans for the future. I think I'm gonna do this thing until it gets to an hour. I think this should be an hour-long show. But yeah, I guess I could see like plans for my future. Because that's the one thing that I am just completely confused about. The only thing that has like that gives me hope for the future of my life at this point is this channel. Like, this is just something that I do while school and shit's going on. That keeps me connected to this career of filmmaking and, reviewing movies and all that shit. So basically, this channel is keeping me on the path of doing that kind of stuff. And, the problem is just like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, after high school, I'm going to go to college. I'll try to get a film degree, and maybe I'll, just in case it doesn't work out, I might either minor or double major in maybe like education or something. Like, I know teachers don't make the best money. That's just because, the government just doesn't give that much of a shit about teachers when it comes to salary. Let's wait and hope that it stops being unstable. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I might try and do education. I might do like teach theater because with Mr. Cody Michael Davids, who was in 4 Ways to Live a Healthy Life, and also my black box pilot that I made, he's shown me how cool it can be to be a teacher and how you can inspire people to, try and go for their dreams. And, if I got to do that for the next generation of actors and filmmakers and all that kind of stuff, I'd think I'd, live a happy life knowing that I've done that. But I mean, after college, I don't really know. My idea was possibly move to either LA or New York and try and intern. Well, when I went to New York, it wasn't that fun. Like, I originally was going to make a vlog at the time that I went to New York, but I decided to delete all the footage because there just wasn't that much that happened apart from just people being mean to me. Because, New York is just a place that, like, they're not racist or just, like, they're not making fun of me for being fat or anything, but it's just, like, New York is a place that just hates everyone, If you're a New Yorker, then, you just follow, what's expected, and you're just an asshole, to be honest. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind living there. I think the only problem would be, like, payment of, like, an apartment and shit like that. Living there is pretty fucking expensive, especially if I want to pay for myself. But I might try and intern in New York or LA for a little bit, do free intern work, and then hopefully get promoted to getting paid. And I want to work at like production companies doing intern work until at one point I can get with the people that, fund projects and be like, hey, look, I don't know if you know this about me, but I kind of make movies and, I act sometimes. And, just hope to God that at one point I'll be offered a deal and I can try and, make movies and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be fun to be in New York because there's a lot of Broadway stuff there, so I could try and get on Broadway shows. There's also SNL, which I'm not really that much of a fan of SNL, to be honest. A lot of the humor is just not that, it doesn't really interest me that much. But just for the hell of it, I might, audition for it just because, I've been told I'm a really good character actor. So, I mean, I feel like if I just walk in there in my audition, give myself a character, I can be pretty fucking funny. yeah, that's really basically my plans for life right now are literally just go with it and see what happens. And if nothing happens in like 5 to 10 years after I get out of college, then I might as well just pack it up, go home, and try and figure something else out. But I mean, hey, if none of that acting and directing shit works out, I think I'm gonna stick with this channel. Like that's one thing I forgot who it was. I think it was the Actors 2020 podcast guy that I haven't mentioned this guy to you guys, but I got interviewed for a podcast that this guy made. His name's I think Johnny. I need to check his Instagram, but he makes a podcast that's literally called the Actors 2020 podcast. And he interviewed me for a little bit, and he just talked about all the stuff I'm doing. And one thing he mentioned to me is like, if this stuff doesn't work out, I can keep doing this whole YouTube thing. Just like, if I'm a teacher or anything, I can just like make movies, with students just to, keep my dream alive, I guess. And I can keep reviewing movies and keep growing this channel until eventually maybe I might achieve my dream. That's another thing that I guess I could talk about is I don't really know where I want to get with this channel. Like, here's the thing. I don't want to get to where I have like 10 million subscribers or something like that. Because if I have 10 million subscribers just for me reviewing movies, like that just sounds stupid, to be honest. Like 10 million subscribers is like shit like Good Mythical Morning, or like those things that are practically TV networks on YouTube where they have like, services that they provide, where like they have their own streaming services. They have other shows hosted by other people. Like if I got to like 10 million subs just for reviewing movies and making free shorts and stuff like that just sounds like impossible. And even if I got to that point, I would probably look into like getting other people. Like that one filmmaker wouldn't just be me. It would be like a network of a bunch of other people that I trust to make, competent movie reviews. And, that's one thing I would love to do is have like a network of shorts where like if you're a person that is just wants to make sure that your short is seen by people, you could funnel it to my channel. I can give you credit and basically be a producer on people's shorts. Like that would be something that I would love to do, because one thing that's hard with YouTube is getting people to just support you. Like I'm always been trying to like collab with people. That's why when Weasel Batches came and said, "Oh yeah, man, I'll collaborate with you," and we did the Bright video, and he did the Twilight Zone video with me. Like that was amazing. And while I didn't get that many subscribers from it, I got like maybe 50. Well, actually no, it's probably like more like 30 from the collab I did with him. It was more just fun to see other people on YouTube get involved with the stuff that I do. Because that's just fun to recognize. Like I'm not saying if you send me a short, you're gonna immediately get 1,000 subscribers or something. But I mean, it would be great to help people that have like 50 subscribers, get their message out. Even if it's not that great, even if the short is terrible, I don't really care, because as long as you're achieving what you want and doing the dream or whatever, that makes me happy. That's what happened with That One Film Fest. I got people to come together and make short films they're proud of, and we just judge them. Like that's the one thing I want at some point this channel to become like That One Film Fest every single like week. People are always submitting short films that can be seen by people that watch this channel. That would be fun. I would like that. But yeah, the main thing now I really need to do with this channel right now is just find a consistent upload schedule, like something that I can do every week. I might start doing this channel, not this channel, what the fuck, these videos every single week, because I don't know what to call this, because like I like to call this a late night talk show podcast kind of thing, but I mean like I don't want to call something a podcast if it's just me. That's just kind of sad. But, this would be fun to do for, a couple, like every single week, make a new up late with me. Because, like, I don't think I'll do this every day. Actually, I could do this every day. Hold up. I'll be back in a second. I need to piss. So if you're listening, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. That's one thing I really want to do with this channel is I want to like live stream gameplays of stuff. Like I would love to do Jackbox party games because like those are games that I fucking love playing with my friends. So it would be really fun if I could somehow figure out a setup where I can play with you guys, like the 2 or 3 people that show up to these live streams. Hopefully, in the future, I'll have maybe at like most 8 viewers that are on, and we could just play Jackbox. I think the funniest one would no doubt be the joke boat game that I played, where literally all you do is you write jokes. And I'm really bad at it because, well, you may think I'm the funniest, movie reviewer on the internet. I'm actually really bad at writing jokes. I'm good at editing gags, but I'm not good at actually like being like, why 2 guys walk in a bar and shits. Like I'm not good at actually writing real jokes. That's just because I'm stupid, to be honest. Actually, no, I'm just untalented. It is currently 10:50. We have gone 50 minutes in this first episode of Up Late. What did I call it? Is it possible to, without getting out, look at what I called this thing? Manage? No, that's probably just going to end it. I think I called it Up Late. Oh, no, you know what I could do? I could go on my own YouTube and check what it's called. Up Late at Night with That One Filmmaker. First episode of Up Late with That One Filmmaker. We're 50 minutes in. And I've had a good time. This is actually kind of fun. It is practically just a podcast where I'm just, talking to myself. We got 2 viewers in here. For the last 10 minutes, you guys could ask questions if you want. You don't really have to. I'll probably try and figure something else out, to talk about. What else could I talk about? Oh, well, I'm a senior in high school this year. I graduate in a few months because school's starting in a few days. And the fact it actually starts in, what is it, August 9th? 3 days. Holy shit. Wait. Tomorrow's the 10th. So that's Monday. Oh, dude, it starts Wednesday. Holy shit. That's nuts. Well, yeah, I start school in 3 days, and we're doing it online. And I don't know. The fact that I'm a senior this year just kind of weirds me out. Like, I still kind of feel like I'm in the freshman years of being in school. Of like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Why did I pick up this iPod? This is an iPod. It's an iPod Touch. It was one of those, like, it was when they tried to attempt to make, like, the iPod basically like a phone. But, like, the thing is, since this is a iPod and not an iPhone, this doesn't have a phone on it, which is the stupidest fucking thing about it. Like, there's a message on it, and there's also FaceTime. But there's no actual, like, phone. Like, you can't say, call mom, and call them. You can do, like, a audio FaceTime, which is the same thing as calling. Like, it's fucking bullshit. Just call it a phone. Don't just bullshit around like you can do FaceTime, but you can't do phone. I guess their reasoning is, if you put a phone on it, it's not going to be an iPod. It starts to become just a phone. And you know what? One thing funny to talk about is look at how big we've come with phones. This is an iPod. This stuff was like pretty big in like 2011 and all that. And this is phones from today. Fuck. Like look at this. This motherfucker, like, holy shit. Like, why are we slowly, like back then, this used to be considered, I think they called them evolve when it comes to, like, technology. Connection is unstable. Yay. We don't really tend to evolve when it comes to technology, apart from just making shit bigger. Like, wow, look at this big-ass phone. It's like 2 inches bigger than last year's. I mean, like, I remember when they came out with the iPhone X, I was like, dude, that is a big ass phone. And then Samsung always has their Note phones that are really fucking big, and now they're just making their normal like the Galaxy phones, which is this is a S20 Ultra. Like, this is basically just the same size as the Note I had. Oh, man, yeah. Dude, this thing is. I've talked about everything. I've talked about anime. I've talked about. I seriously hate my internet. Hey, can you? There we go. Talked about technology. Talked about where I'm going in life. Talked about school. Talked about a lot. I think what I was thinking about adding music to this, where I was gonna like listen to. I think. Some like lo-fi music, but I completely forgot when I started. Like when I hit live, I completely forgot to do that. So you know what? I got a song we're gonna listen to. Because that's not a good idea. I was gonna play the song "Hentai," which was a song that my good friend Cameron showed me. That's really, really fucking funny. Where it's just like it's honestly really, really funny. Actually, but I will put on some lo-fi music just to make this seem a little easier, you know. We'll just have a little moment where we can chill out. I could put it on my computer speakers, but I'm not sure if that actually works. Wait, it's hooked up to the speaker. What the hell? That's stupid. So, yeah, I'm just going to do that. Hopefully it's not going to just... Yeah, okay. YouTube lo-fi. Lo-fi music. Put on the lo-fi. Put on the lo-fi. I might continue with another 10, 20 minutes. There we go. That's actually kind of nice. I mean, only problem is I'm hoping it won't drown out my audio completely. There we go. Actually, turn that up back a bit. Hey, we have currently 0 viewers. Pretty happy about that. What else could I do? You know, some say that when you die, you see a big chicken, and the chicken lays an egg, and the egg opens up, and inside is a cupcake. And then that cupcake eats itself. And inside the paper the cupcake was in is a little baby. And then the baby throws up. And then you fall into that throw up endlessly until you wake up and you realize you were actually just tripping on LSD. An actual scientist said that. His name was Albertson. Fucking nailed it. You know what's one thing I've always wanted to get into with this channel, especially, is apart from music videos, I've always had a lot of music video ideas. I've just never gotten around to doing them because music videos are something that I just don't know how to direct. Like, I'm a self-taught director when it comes to making movies. Like, I've just watched so many movies that I've kind of inhaled. What the hell? I've taken in a lot of style choices that directors make, and I've kind of just, on my own said, this is how you should make a movie, right? Um, yeah, I mean, I'd love to make music videos. One music video I've wanted to make is I've wanted to do the song "When You Die" by MGMT. That is one song that I've wanted to make a music video for a while, just because that song has a lot of stuff going on in it, especially with the storyline expressed within it. And I've had this like creative music video storyline that I'd like to explore. But the main thing I was trying to say is I've always wanted to do music. Like with the Cooking Creams vlog, we talked about how we wanted to make our own freestyle rap group, which honestly, if Thespian was happening this year, I'd do that. That's one thing I haven't announced to you guys. While Cooking Creams Adventure Part 1 was great, Part 2 was supposed to be International Thespian Festival, but that ended up being online, and I decided if it's going to be online, there's nothing to vlog about. We're still at the house, so there's no point in making a vlog. So we had to cancel that. And then Cooking Creams Part 3, which was supposed to be going back to Texas Thespian Festival, had to be canceled again because it's going to be online again. I mean, I'm grateful that the festival is a lot cheaper for people that can't afford to go to the festival normally, because it's normally like $200, which some people can't afford. So like, with it being $50, a lot of people can go to it now. But I mean, it's online, so if you don't have a computer, well, it doesn't really make much sense at the end of the day. And one thing Trent told me, I'm not sure about it, but I'll have to look into it, is he said something about how we might not be able to do the film competition since we nationally qualified, we won an award and stuff like that. So if we go for this competition, it's kind of unfair. Like, oh yeah, we're the award winners. Like people expect us to be really good. So, it'd be kind of unfair for all the other people if we try to go for something. I mean, it's a fair point. So I don't know. But I have had of Trent, Sammy, and I working together, and for this entire senior year, make a feature film. Like for the next couple of months, Trent and I could write it, and then we can storyboard it. Like basically, I don't want to make it like an actual movie. And I know I've made teasers and stuff for feature films in the past, and I'm really sorry about that. But I think this is one where if I'm working on it with Trent and Sammy, I think all three of us are competent enough to where on our own free time, when we don't have work or homework and shit, we can get in our cars on the weekends, go just shoot this movie all over town. I think you guys really like it. It's a dramedy idea. And all I could really say right now is Sammy would be the main character, and I direct it, and I want all three of us to write the script, but I don't want Trent to be the head writer. Yeah, it's a really nice idea, and I don't know if it's ever going to get made. It all depends on if we get the script written, but if it gets made, then hell yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a feature film. I would love it if it was an hour long and we could submit it to festivals and be like this big, like it's the Blake Childress' first ever feature film, working on it with Trent Lamb, Sammy Rungwa, the award-winning trio behind 4 Ways to Live a Healthy Life, that kind of thing. But the big thing that's in our way of doing it is just there's a lot going on. We've got school. Most of it's going to be online, but we're going to have to actually go back in person at some point. We also have jobs, Like, since we're slowly creeping up on being 18, we're basically having to become adults. and you know, we have a lot of responsibilities and that kind of shit. So it's hard to say that I'm no doubt going to make this movie, but I think we're going to try. The one thing that I'm scared about the most with making it is, like, if we will shoot it, we can only shoot like for a few hours every weekend, right? So, like, I would be really afraid of all the shots looking very disjointed. Like, we'd have to work on continuity really hard, or like we would have to say, okay, I'd probably have to plan out like a shooting schedule. Like, we are shooting these scenes on this weekend, and like when it gets to this point, we're going to be done, and we'll shoot more scenes in like 2 weeks, and just do that until summertime when we've got the full movie made, and I could just edit it for a few weeks and then release it. I probably want to release it like coinciding with our graduation. Like, that would actually be like a really nice thing to do. Like, oh yeah, the boys are graduating, so here's this big ass movie we made. Yeah, it all depends on if we can, get it worked out. I would be really, like, I'm hoping you guys enjoy it if it does come out, because like I sat down with them and just texted out the whole plot outline, and both of them were like, dude, this is really nice. And then with doing this, connection's unstable again. With doing this feature film, what I'd want to focus on is relationships. That's the one thing I've realized that I'm great at. I can decide, like, with the help of Trent's writing, I like to focus on relationships. That's the one thing that I like the most about movies and TV. Like, I've never been able to like fully put my finger on what exactly I like, but like the main reason I like some movies more than others is just because of the characters and the relationships they have. Sometimes, like, if there's no chemistry and the relationships between the characters are shit, then it's just not a good movie. But like, if I care about the characters and the relationship that they have is enjoyable, and like I enjoy seeing them talk, I start to look at them as their characters and not as their actors reading lines. Basically, bottom line, I guess, is what I'm trying to say is relationships are the most important thing when it comes to movies for me. And so with making my movies, I'm thinking I might try and focus on relationships, because I don't know, relationships is something that everybody relates to. Everybody's got, uh, we've all got some friends, or hell, maybe you don't have anyone. That's the one thing I want to do is everybody has some sort of relationship when it comes to who you're with, or maybe you're not with anybody and you have a relationship with yourself. There's a lot of stuff that I want to make that can be for everyone, that can discuss relationships. And like with Four Ways to Live a Healthy Life, it was all about getting together and witnessing them come together near the end. At the end of the day, what was most important about Four Ways to Live a Healthy Life was his relationship with himself, and of getting over the relationship he was in, and just being happy with himself, who he is. Because that's a very important thing about humanity is, not having to rely on a person to exist, but rather relying on yourself. Because if you don't love yourself and you don't appreciate who you are, then, what's all this worth for then? But with this next idea, this whole feature film idea, I don't want to make it all about relationship with others. It's a nice sort of evolution from Four Ways to Live a Healthy Life. Like, started with a relationship with self and the importance of that, and then the next thing I don't want to make, no doubt, the importance of being with others. It's a natural next step of when you start with yourself and then you move to the importance of companionship. of having friends and how being friends with people can help you, with your problems. That's the main thing that I wanted to focus on is that you don't have to face your problems alone and that there are people, that are willing to help you out, especially if it's a problem that you're just afraid of facing. Um, that's just what I want to do, to be honest. Oh, man. It's crazy. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to make all of it. Because I was like thinking maybe it could be this cool thing where like the movie ends in like Los Angeles and the characters go to Los Angeles and we see them go to the Hollywood sign and it's just like a really nice ending or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know if that really works. I think maybe it'd be nicer if we just see the characters in their own, home environment. That's the one thing, like the big thing with this feature film is that I don't want this to just be like a movie with Sammy in it with me directing and Trent writing it. I want it to be a movie that stars all three of us, where all three of us play characters, involved with the story. Especially since the movie is all about friendship, I feel like having three like best friends, me, Trent, and Sammy, that would be just, I don't know, the chemistry between us would be really, really amazing. Oh man. Oh man. One thing I could talk about, just for the hell of it, since I need stuff to talk about. So at our school, we do musicals on occasion. The last one we did was the Addams Family musical, which was really fun. I'm glad we did that. I played Uncle Fester. God. But we're thinking about doing another one this year. And this isn't confirmed. So if you're watching this and you go to my school, don't go rushing about saying like, "Oh my God, we're doing it!" But this is just like rumors I've heard from people. But at the school, they're thinking about doing of all the musicals we could do. They're thinking about doing fucking Shrek the musical. Fucking Shrek the musical. And I more rumors. I heard their cast idea right now. And since we're in theater and all that, there's the whole idea of seniority. Like, oh, look, if you're a senior, we're going to give you most of the lead parts because you've been here the longest and that whole thing. But I heard the cast idea from most people in theater have been like Trent as Lord Farquaad, because why not? Sammy as Donkey, and me as Shrek. That's the one thing that I find to be the fucking funniest thing is that these people have been like, what should Blake do? No, why don't we just do Shrek? Why can't he just be the Shrek man himself? Like, I mean, like, because I'm mostly known for playing like, being a character actor and just playing like not the main character, but being that guy in the corner that just is like, I'm always like the just the weird person. That's just because I like doing that with characters I play. I don't like being a blank slate and being like, hey, I'm the cool character. I'm the character you're supposed to relate to. I'm just that, like I said, the weird guy in the corner that's like, hey, kids, let's go to the dumpster and do it. Like, I'm just like that weird dude that you see. Like, while I don't do much, you always remember me by the end. You're like, oh yeah, there's that weird meth guy. That guy was weird. But like this is Shrek the musical. Like they want me to be Shrek, who is the main man. And no, the funniest part about the fact that they want to do Shrek and they want me to be Shrek is in the Broadway version of Shrek the musical. Do you want to know the guy who played Shrek? It's the fucking dad from 13 Reasons Why. It feels like what I started in like 8th grade of me reviewing 13 Reasons Why. It's all coming together. Like after all these years, 13 Reasons Why and me have come to connect. And now I have to do something related to 13 Reasons Why, apart from just fucking making fun of it. That's the one thing I don't know about is like, can I do a Shrek voice? Like Mike Myers had like a specific voice for Shrek that I don't know if I can do. And I mean, I know what you're probably saying. Like, you could just do your own thing. You don't have to do what Mike Myers did. But like, dude, like Shrek is such an iconic character. Like everybody knows Shrek. That the idea of not doing the voice he does, donkey, like that's just a fucking sin. Like that's not. Ooh, fuck. That's not something you should do. So it's like I want to, be Scottish and, do what Shrek was in the movies, but I just don't know if I can do that Mike Myers. I mean, like, well, let's be honest. With Addams Family, with Fester, I was like, I can't do Fester. But after like a lot of training and a lot of just like watching the Addams Family, I got the voice down. Like it's not that hard. You go with the flow and you just do what you want to do. I naturally played the character and like, yeah, for the first couple of months, I was like, holy shit, how can anybody do like the Fester voice? Like, there's not a specific way to do it. I just kind of got like a weird mix of the Fester from the original series, the one from the live action movies they made. There was the Christopher Lloyd Fester, and then that one from that really piece of shit animated movie. I think his name is Nick Kroll. I kind of just put those all three together, and it comes out just like, "Hi, I'm Fester. I like the moon." A lot of people are saying, like, dude, you sound like Olaf from Frozen. And I'm like, what? Like, dude, you really sound like Josh Gad. You should be on Broadway. Like, it's one Broadway musical I would be down to do. I've always wanted to do the Book of Mormon. That is one fucking musical I would love to do. Just because the Book of Mormon is a show. It was done by Jay Parker and Matt Stone, who did Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Why didn't I just say it fully? Who did South Park. And I don't know, the Book of Mormon is just like, it's a really funny show. Just like I love all of the songs. It's like there's literally a song where characters are literally just saying "fuck you, God." Like, it's nuts how crazy that show gets. And like, I remember there was one line where it's like, and in 1958, God changed his mind about black people. Like, it's fucking, it's racist and sexist and offensive. But like, just like with South Park, there's a point, there's a message behind what the musical is trying to say about, the Church of Latter-day Saints and, the Mormon religion. And I don't know, I also just find it to be really funny. I only know like a few songs from the Book of Mormon. I know the song Hello, I Believe, Hasadigi Ibawai, which is the Fuck You God song. And there's also what's it called? It's like, Turn It Off. I know those because like Turn It Off is like them talking about when like they have like a Mormon trick where if you start to feel really negative emotions, like, you start to think of when your sister died, just stop thinking about it and just start thinking about God, Jesus, and all that. And like at one point, one guy's like, dude, I think I'm gay. He starts to have like gay thoughts. And then all of his Mormon buddies are like, dude, turn that off. You can't be doing that. And he's like, yeah, my hetero side just won. Oh my God, that musical is fucking, it's really funny. Hello, my name is Elder Price, and I would like to share with you this book of Jesus Christ. And there's Ever since I was a child, I tried to be the best. So what happened? My family and friends all said I was blessed. So what happened? Like, I would love to do that musical. The only problem is I don't know if I could hit the notes because I've become a tenor since doing Adam's Family, where I used to only do I used to only do musical notes where I could be like, oh, like bass notes. I'd be like, follow the drinking gourd, follow the drinking gourd. I can't really do it that much anymore. That was a bass. And for some reason in the past year, my voice is like stretched out, and now I'm doing baritone and tenor things where like now I can do like, I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. Like I can just start singing tenor shit now. And it's really stupid. Like usually your voice is supposed to like, get really specific where you can only do high shit or like low shit. Like I can sing some low stuff, but I'm really good at like the tenor stuff now. I don't know if I can do much low stuff anymore. Like when I did Halo, the Halo theme song, I don't think I could do that with a low voice. Oh no, that's always gonna be like a baritone tenorish thing. Oh, that's minor. That's not major. Unless Halo is, I don't know music. Even though I was in choir for like 6-7 years, like much longer than theater. I barely know much music. I know the note lines. It's like when you got your music, the lines are like every good boy does fine, and then there's face, which are the spaces in between the music. Like I know that. I know like how fast notes are. You've got like your half notes, your quarter notes, your like 16th notes and stuff like that, where it's like 2 quarter notes is like, and then there's like, well, no, those are whole notes. Never mind. Whole notes is a half notes is like, I think it's, I really don't remember. Like I didn't do choir junior year, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing it here senior year, but I don't really remember much from choir, just because I don't know. Like theater is something where like I feel like everyone matters. Like sometimes in choir, there are some times where you start to feel like no matter how who you are, you don't really matter that much at the end of the day. I don't really know. It's a lot of shit, to be honest. We are at 1:22. I'll be done. I'll get off at 1:30. This has been pretty fun. I actually kind of like doing this. It's just like a place where I can just talk about stupid shit, I'm hoping that this isn't like lagged or like it's actually frozen right now. Because for every time it said your connection's unstable, I basically just stops talking in hopes that, it doesn't fuck up that bad. Because I think it mutes me when it becomes unstable. So there's no point in even talking when that happens. Anything else I could talk about? One series of videos I'm thinking about doing. You see, I've got like a lot of video ideas. It's just that I don't know what to pin down. Like, this is what I should do. But one thing I think I will be able to do, since it doesn't really require much, apart from just downloading trailers, is I want to do a show called Streaming Wars, because I want to make a video series where I talk about all the different streaming platforms, like Netflix and Hulu and all the other ones, because there are a lot of streaming services. Like, let me just look at the ones that I have on my phone. I've made an effort to get as many as possible, just to test them all out. Like right now on my phone, I have Netflix, Disney. I wouldn't count YouTube as one because YouTube doesn't really make original content anymore. They're just offering a service that basically gives you no ads. HBO Max, Hulu, Prime Video. I used to have that really stupid one called Quibi. There's that new one that NBC made called Peacock. I just want to make a show where I talk about just streaming services and which ones are good and which one I'd recommend. Right now, my opinion before those videos are made, um, my opinion when it comes to streaming services is you should have, like, at this point in time, a minimum of one. Like, it sucks to say, but like streaming services have kind of taken over TV and movies. Like literally, I think everybody in an American household has at least one service. Like a couple of years ago, when I was in junior high, we didn't have a single one. My parents didn't understand that shit. But then, like when Netflix originals started coming out and they started to get more interested in it, they were like, you know what, Blake, sign us up for Netflix. And then after Netflix, we just started to get into all the other streaming services. But my opinion right now is minimum of one, maximum of three. Basically, what you should do is you should go with one streaming service where the price doesn't matter and you're just there for everything. You're there for movies that aren't originals and also originals. So, this could be Netflix or this could be Hulu. It's your main platform where you don't care what's on it, you just want to watch something. And then the two others can be niche things. For example, I'd recommend Disney Plus. Disney Plus is a good secondary niche streaming service where it's only $5-6 a month. And it only has Disney and some Fox movies on there. So if you have a family, you're most likely going to have Disney Plus because, it has literally almost everything. The thing that makes Disney Plus better than Netflix is nothing really comes off, at least that I can tell. Disney just keeps everything on there. So the library for Disney Plus is only going to grow in the next couple of months. And it is one of the cheapest services. And I'm hoping to God that Disney has enough money to the point where they're not going to try and make it $10 a month. Because if they do that, that's straight up bullshit. But I mean, my number one streaming service, I love Hulu. Hulu is the king of having TV. They've got all the FXX stuff. It's got that's the one thing I've noticed is a lot of network TV is putting their shows on Hulu, which Hulu is owned by Disney, so it all kind of makes sense. And Hulu has options that are lower tier price options. So if you can't afford to do a $10 or $11 a month, no ad month deal, Hulu has an option that's I think it's $5 or $6 a month where you do have ads. But the thing that matters is that, they're out for the people that might not be able to afford premium options. That's the main thing that I like about Hulu. While I know people are going to be like, oh, I can't have ads on my, my streaming service. But I mean, it's not that bad, especially for the people that can't afford those premium prices. Hulu is my main recommendation. I'm really into HBO Max right now. I know nobody really uses HBO Max, but I like a lot of HBO shows, and it doesn't have just HBO. It has the Cartoon Network shit. And the only original I've got into, I'm trying to get into Search Party, but Close Enough by J.G. Quintel, who made Regular Show, is really good. Yeah. As for Netflix, I use Netflix, but its originals aren't really that great, and the movies that aren't originals that they're putting on are slowly just not really that great. Their library is slowly just meddling. Also, Netflix is just the most fucking expensive, and the only reason they're making it expensive is because of the originals. And like I said, most of the originals aren't that great, and Most people are probably only paying for it just for like, oh, I have to watch Stranger Things season 3 and Stranger Things season 4. Like, they're just in it for that kind of stuff. But I mean, like, fuck it. I don't even watch most of it. The only like originals that I've like continued to watch is 13 Reasons Why. And I'm only watching 13 Reasons Why as a fucking meme. I don't actually like that show. I don't even know at this point. Like, that's one thing a lot of people have asked me is like, Blake, do you think that maybe the only reason you continue to watch and review 13 Reasons Why is because you actually have like a secret love for it and you're the only person that actually likes it? No. If that is the truth, then fuck, my life is a lie. I actually think 13 Reasons Why is actually a well-written show. I'm so ironic that all the things I've called shit are actually masterpieces, and movies that I've said are good, like Psycho, are actually just bullshit. They're terrible. Well, we've made it to an hour and 30 minutes of recording. Holy shit. For the first Up Late at Night with Thatonefilmmaker, this has been pretty fun. We've had a few internet problems. We've talked about a wide variety of shit. Like, I don't think I'm going to have titles for these things because there's just nothing specific that I could name this stuff. No. Apart from just Up Late at Night with Thatonefilmmaker. So, thank you guys so much for watching this first episode of, I don't know, if you guys actually like this, I might try and make this into like a, maybe not daily, but like an every other day thing I do. I might ask and make a poll on Instagram and see if you guys would be willing to have this be like a daily show that I record, because this is fun. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to make it an hour and 30 minutes long. I think just since this is the pilot, I just wanted to keep going. I might make it at most an hour long. But thank you guys so much for watching this first episode of Up Late at Night with Thatonefilmmaker. To the people that are live watching this or probably listening to this right now, since it's pretty late for me, so I'm pretty sure you're probably about to go to sleep. Thank you so much. And if you're watching this and it's actually not late right now and it's like the morning, this title does not make any fucking sense. But it's like 11:32 here in Texas. So hey, it's up late for me. But thank you guys so much for watching this first episode. And I will see you on the flibbity flobbity beach sandal bullshit. Bye.